Wow.
What's up, Dace-tacular Nation? It is I, Chris the Dace Man Dace, back again with another installment of the Dace Man Show. Yes, the government shut down, but you cannot silence the Dace Man. Joining me this week, all the way from London, Mr. Michael Burhan.
Hello, very nice to meet you. He says London, but I'm from New Delhi, India.
I feel like you change your accent every week, so I don't play that clip.
Yes.
Too bad.
From London.
Woo! Joining me from around the corner, and for the first time ever, this is a historic moment in Dace Man history, he is lacking beer, Mr. Gibby.
Anyone want to bring me beer? I'll be fine. I need it.
I'll bring you an ass whooping.
Whew.
I need it.
And
Beer.
gracing us with her presence again, the lovely Nikki Mills.
Hi.
She can fart the alphabet.
She can. I've heard it. It's crazy.
I can what?
I think he said fart, but in English, like British.
It'd be so fucking cool. Like, you have no idea.
Like, your cat will probably do more than slap you.
Jeff cat.
So we've got a jam-packed show for you this evening. We got our sports news, our weird news with Gibby, and, of course, our celebrity news. But the big story is, of course, the government shutdown, which will most likely impact every single story we got. So, with that being said, it's time, ladies and gentlemen, for sports news.
About sports, you follow sports?
And survey says we roll into week number 4 for the NFL. Thursday, September 26th, saw the 49ers take on the Rams with a final score 35 San Francisco, 11 the Rams. The Sunday event, big day for football. The Ravens fell to the Buffalo Bills 23-20. The Browns trumped the Bengals 17-6. The Lions beat the Bears.
Don't talk about it.
Bears.
Don't talk about it.
40-32.
The what?
The Bears. The Seattle Seahawks beat the Texans 23-20. The Indianapolis Colts won 37-3 in a devastating match over the Jaguars. The New York Giants, surprise, surprise, lost again to the Kansas City Chiefs 31-7. Go Andy Reid. I think since he gave up the cheesesteaks, he's been doing very well. The Vikings beat the Steelers 34-27, to which Ben Roethlisberger said, "Yeah, our team sucks this year."
They really do, and it's depressing.
Yes, but that's.
I think ever since they barely lost the Packers in 2010, they just kind of started going downhill.
Well, they started doing commercials for hair and all that fun stuff.
And Nikki, shh, men are talking.
That's right.
Oh, kick his ass.
Go, fly to fucking London and kick his ass.
Fly him to Jersey. We're gonna have a UFC event that just has 16 different matches on the card.
Ooh.
15 of them Gibby getting his ass whooped. I'm pretty sure we got to schedule a fight between you and Nikki and you and Frank.
And me.
And Burhan. Yeah.
Oh.
You and Burhan were the original feud.
Yeah, I just want to whip his ass just for the point of it.
There you go.
Just to know I can.
In
You
the
guys
second,
actually think you got a chance. That's the scary part.
in the second half of football for Sunday, the Cardinals beat the Buccaneers 13-10. The Tennessee Titans trumped the New York Jets 38-13. San Diego Chargers beat the Cowboys 30-21. The Denver Broncos destroyed the Philadelphia Eagles 52-20. The Washington Redskins, they won one, 24-14 against the Raiders. The Patriots beat the Falcons 30-23 to end Sunday football. Now, I don't know if you want to touch base a little bit on Gibby. How was the Eagles game? I'm sure you watched.
The Eagles game was really, really, really sad. I mean, I've never seen such a sad game in my life. Fourth quarter, the Eagles pulled all their players.
Oh, we lost them again.
Thank God.
Gibby, shh. Men are talking.
Like, you just get it off into the distance.
Well, anyway, I believe the standings for the Eagles division is the Cowboys are still in first with a 2-2 record. I believe the Eagles and Redskins are now tied with a 1-3 record, and the Giants are 0-4. So second place, woo!
Gibby was saying that while he was riding off on horseback
Sounds that way.
into the sunset.
I feel bad for him because when we were talking before the show, he was perfectly fine. His mic was working great, and now he just fades off because he fell into like a canyon. Bye, Gibby. What does the Gibby say? Gibby, 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 Gibby. Gibby.
He'll be back.
My
Oh, he's back. And he's gone. With that being said, there was one final game for Week 4, and it's Monday Night Football, where the New Orleans Saints beat the Miami Dolphins 38-17. That was a tough team for them to face. But there's your NFL Week 4. Na-na-na. Na-na-na.
Gibby's gone. Gibby's gone.
Is he gone?
He'll be back. He'll be back.
Yeah, he's gone. Moving into the MLB postseason, the NL wild card, the National League wild card game to determine who will be the wild card, went into effect last night, Tuesday, October 1st, and we saw the Cincinnati Reds fall to the Pittsburgh Pirates 2-6. So Pittsburgh advances into the NLDS. NLDS. And tonight, as we speak, the AL wild card is happening. I forget who's playing. I want to
Gibby
say.
sounds extremely excited.
Hey,
Yep.
Gibby, you back?
Yeah.
So you want to finish your Eagles report or no?
I don't care. Eagles are just depressing bastards.
And to give you a live look into the American League wild card game, the Tampa Bay Rays are facing off against the Cleveland Indians, top of the first,
No, they suck.
0-0.
They suck too. Oh, today's the first day for the Flyers.
Yes,
Hockey
it is.
season starting up, guys. Hockey.
That's actually one of our stories. The first game of the 96th NHL season, the Maple Leafs beat the Canadiens 4-3 yesterday. Ha! Suck it, Montreal.
Wait a minute, Toronto?
Yep, Toronto beat Montreal 4-3.
They're playing. The Flyers are playing Toronto right now.
Yeah, it's only a 6-hour drive.
Oh, okay. Only a 6-hour drive.
Guys, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you say that to like the Canadian hookers? Suck it, Canada.
Hell yeah. Like, hey, you want to see my Gyarados impression? And I jump in the hot tub and just go up and down.
Shoots one off. He's like, the Bears.
The Bears.
Look,
The Bears lost to Detroit.
the Bears aren't making it the postseason.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Eagles might.
Oh my God.
They could. They have a sad, oh God.
They're tied for second with Redskins.
I can't be on this show anymore.
It's such a the NFL East is such a sad division this year.
They're going to take the Super Bowl. Throwing it out there. The Dace Man prediction, somebody from our division will win the Super Bowl.
It probably will.
It
It'll probably
definitely
be fucking
won't be the
sickening.
fucking Steelers.
Oh, God, no. Could be head and shoulders.
If
Steelers
it's the
aren't
Ravens
in.
again, I'm gonna fucking shit bricks because I hate them.
That
I hate
sounds
I would
them
love,
so
I
fucking
would
much.
love to see her shit bricks.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
see this
hate-
too.
I don't like the Eagles, but I would much rather take the Eagles over the Ravens. I would much rather take anyone over the fucking Ravens. I hate.
Why? Why do you hate the Ravens so much?
Why do you care?
So that means
I can go on. I don't want to sit here and waste everyone's time. I will talk to you guys about it afterward because I can go on for like a fucking hour about
Nikki, there's one thing I will have to say though. Do you know your talent of shitting bricks could be used in building homes in Africa?
Could.
I bless the brains down in Africa. God, I gotta get a little Toto on the show. As for our last piece of sports info, and this is due to the government shutdown, the Army-Navy game that was scheduled for this weekend is at risk of being canceled.
Thank God.
Possibility of rescheduling in December, but of course with our shitty-ass government shutdown, why would we let college football players play?
You know the shutdowns are only like anywhere between a few days to like a week. I think the longest one was 20 days.
Yeah.
That's so bad, but it's not like we're going to be doomed for all of eternity.
No,
for
sure.
Because they're still fucking getting paid. They're still fucking getting...
Well, we'll talk more about the government shutdown later on.
Should we do Douchebag of the Week?
Yeah.
She's already ranting off on it.
I think we're just going to let her sound off. We'll jump on them because, spoiler alert, they're the D-bag of the week.
I'd like to say, though, you know who has great health care?
Me?
Everyone but America.
Canada.
No. Okay,
No.
Here's the thing. I understand the Canadian healthcare is a really good plan, and I'm all for it. It's great. But you tax the shit out of liquor, and I drink liquor more than I go to the doctor's office. So,
yeah, but if you end up like killing your liver, they would like treat.
Yeah, but me killing my liver is treating so many other people and not me.
Oh my God!
Come on, a bottle of like Long Island iced tea up there, the Captain Morgan stuff, is $65, where it's only $20 here in the state.
Well, at least the Canadians don't put people's lives in jeopardy.
They don't. They don't.
See, I mean, it's supposed to be a representation of the other forms of other plans of universal health care across every fucking first world country across this entire fucking planet. But no. Fucking congressmen are like, oh, yeah, I want to pay an extra $20 in taxes. Oh, my fucking God. We're going to just shut everything down.
Well, I do agree we need reform, but like the Canadian plan, you also have to if you broke your foot, you will not get treated within the hour. Where in the States, you're treated like snap of the fingers. They go by the severity of the incident.
We're treated with snap of the fingers here in the States.
Compared to the Canadian government, absolutely.
I broke 3 ribs, my pelvis, my shin, and 2 bones in my arm. And it took.
That must have been some wild sex party.
You gotta stop bum fighting. That's your problem.
I got in a car crash, and it took me 6
Stop.
hours to get.
Is that what you call it? I've got to tell Sam. That's his new nickname. It's the car crash.
Yeah.
Oh shit! It's gonna Princess Diana your ass. Sorry. Too soon. I'm sorry.
I'm so great. I put my girlfriend in intensive care.
Woo!
That'd be like the best time ever. It'd be so worth.
You guys should move to Canada because he's probably going to kill you.
Oh, man.
That, ladies and gentlemen, wraps up our sports. We'll talk more about the government because this is definitely a great topic.
No.
So you know what time it is. Everybody knows what time it is, right?
Right, Tom?
It's time to turn over the show to Gibby. Gibby!
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Boy, that didn't it?
No.
That's the end of the segment for Gibby on the celebrity news.
On the celebrity news.
So come on, Gibby, what have you got for us today? What disgusting things are you going to be talking about? And we don't really know about.
Well, let's start with Dustin Moore's grandmother died last year. Dun, 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 dun.
Who?
Dustin Moore. It's a random guy.
Okay, sorry.
But apparently his mother died last year, and his mother lives on in infamy in Google Street View because the picture taken out in front of her house has her in it.
Does she have a quote-unquote car crash that involved, like, a Sam?
That's how she died.
Ah. See, Nikki?
Her husband went
I
took her into a car crash. Mm-hmm.
An antifreeze shower where he just pisses on him.
Oh my god.
And then he dropped the oil, which means he didn't shit.
Oh my fucking god.
Got to change that oil.
That's right, man. You got it. Every once in a while.
Speaking of, I'm going back up to Penn State in 2 days, and guess who's fucking getting laid?
Oh, is he going to tweak your spark plugs?
Yeah.
He don't see nothing wrong with having a little car crash. He don't see nothing wrong.
Did you fill up the tank?
Don't stick the banana in the tailpipe.
She's gonna be like floating from the hospital again. She'll be like, Dace.
Got to put the
Fucking
gas tank
Sam.
up, right?
Fucking Sam put the banana in the tailpipe. Damn it, Sam. Hey, Sam, if you're out there, call in. 760-512-7247. Tell us how you're going to stick the banana in the tailpipe.
Tell us how you destroy your woman.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's going to be like getting hit with a Mack truck.
Like, if you guys continue this, she's gonna die. And he'll be like, well, it's worth it.
She
Like
said it was.
Car.
That'd be the best way to go out, getting fucked to death. It's the best way to go. I'm not even kidding. No, I'm not kidding. It's the best way.
I'm like dying here.
We had such a sensible conversation about the government until we escalated into car wrecks and sex.
That's right.
One in the same, apparently.
Oh, Gibby, why did you have to bring up Google Maps?
I don't know.
Our minds just drifted into the fact that, sex again.
Oh, wait, did you just say Google Faps?
Yes.
Always the faps. All
Sorry.
right, so let's
Sorry.
keep this show going. So apparently the county sheriff Joe Aspro in Arizona County apparently has decided that
Joe Aspro.
done flagged. Anyway, he apparently has decided to get rid of meats in all of the jails. Apparently, he's going to make them all go vegetarian because he says it's going to be cheaper for for their county.
I don't know if it's going to be all vegetarian. There could be that cock meat sandwich every once in a while.
Yeah, of course, because his name is Joe Aspro.
Yeah, he's going to get definitely white and dark meat in that jail, regardless of what he tries for lunch menus. I'll be here all night.
Crashes. A lot of car crashes, man.
Who's going to write this out? Joe Aspro.
There's at least 3 cases of vehicular manslaughter in jail this week. The guy,
Yeah, they'll call it the Nicky.
where the guy rammed his oil tanker into another guy, and the next thing you know, tailpipes exploded.
He ends up saying to him, let's play some football.
So, good luck, Mr. Warden, or whatever you are who's trying to make vegetarian meals in a jail. There's dick everywhere.
Joe Aspro.
Sorry, Gibby, we keep hijacking your stories.
All right. So another great story about prisoners in Oklahoma.
Oh, shit.
Tulsa? Hey,
Go
Tulsa.
Tulsa.
Oh,
Sure. Prisoner Joshua Silverman passed up a chance for freedom when 2 guards that were transporting these so-called individuals out from the hospital took an inmate into the hospital and left no one guarding the vehicle. One of the inmates broke the barrier in between him and the driver's seat, and he just started the car and took off. They went a couple miles before basically, I guess, getting out and running, and this guy literally called 911 on himself.
So, wait, so he was prepared. So he basically left. So there was just one thing he should know. There's one thing that he got to go.
Yep.
Yeah, sometimes the clothes don't make the man, Gibby.
That's right.
So that's actually honorable. I don't want to make fun of him. That or just likes the cock meat sandwich.
Or he takes these eyes and makes them true somehow.
Yeah.
Because he don't belong to you, and he don't belong to me. Yeah. Freedom.
Right.
I wish I could say things went well for Andy that night.
Oh, my God.
Sorry,
She
sir.
was ranked by the Connor twins. They called it a car wreck,
Good old Andy fought the good fight.
but they ended up going bumper to bumper.
Over and over.
All right.
You better get off prison before we keep going on with.
I have another couple of them, and I'm
Gas
just skipping
tank.
them. We're just gonna skip those ones. All right. So let's keep talking about things getting stuck in pipes. Why not? The Swedish nuclear reactor apparently had to shut down earlier this week because a wave of jellyfish apparently got clogged the intake pipe from the ocean to let water come in to basically cool down the reactor.
Schmorgen the jellyfish.
Gross.
Schmorgen the Borgen.
Nope.
Borg. Sorry, that's my
Shut up.
Swedish.
Incredibly racist, but continue.
So what happened here is Mr. SquarePants caught a bunch of jellyfish and put them in a pipe and fucked up the entire reactor.
Douchebag Borgen the reactor.
Oh my god.
And was it, Gibby? Was it the best day ever?
It was definitely the best day ever.
Shuji Borgen the Morgan.
Especially when they had to clean it out and it went
Mr. Sun came out and smiled at me. Gonna blow, just wait and see.
make the Krabby Patties.
Douchebag Borgen the Krabby Patties.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I better get off the Swedish before I offend that nation.
I'm pretty sure you already did.
That's done. That's done and dusted.
Ooh, do it, Bort.
Oh man. All right, so Franco's. Oh, gee, why do I get all these crazy names? Scaramuza pulled into a Bellevue shopping center near Nashville, Tennessee. Here, fellas, and he witnessed a crime in action. Okay, a crime in action. So what is this good faith citizen do?
Smack some bitches.
He opens up his back seat, gets out his fencing or his lance, which is the fencing basically thing they use, and went and chased them. Danger zone!
Is that time for his manhood? His fencing apparatus.
Oh, watch out, guys.
Danger zone! Oh no!
Harry! Frost!
Oh, dear God.
Oh my God!
Are you going to poke me to death?
Some magic scratches. Play with my ball!
Gonna poke me to death. Oh, God, you got a point. I got a gun. Game over.
Frost! Perry!
So, did he smack the shit out of them with it?
Well, he basically chased them around the parking lot and they ran away.
Those are the world's worst criminals. Who the fuck would run from a fencing?
Apparently these two idiots.
Wow.
Screaming Frost and Perry. They probably thought he was going to rape them.
All right, and then the last one I have for you. A Colombian man reportedly had to have his penis amputated after he took too much Viagra. Apparently, this 66-year-old farmer wanted to impress his little lovely sweetheart, and he basically took an entire bottle of Viagra. After suffering a week long of an erection, the doctors basically had to chop his little man off.
Nikki, can I ask a question?
What?
Did you have any 6-year-old men trying to impress you? I'm just trying to connect the stories here, that's all.
No.
Sam, a 60-year-old man, and we just don't know it?
He'd look pretty fucking good for a 60-year-old.
Is he popping a lot of Viagra in order to cause a car accident?
Gotta get that exhaust pipe erect, baby. Warm it up. Baby, start your engines.
Oh my God.
More power.
I'm going to blow that resonator.
I think the oldest person who's ever hit on me was 50.
I think it's cute when old people hit on me.
Old men hit on you, Dace?
All the time.
All the time. I'm just really vain. I don't care who hits on me. It's awesome. It's like
They
a compliment.
stands there and he like poses and shows a six-pack off to the old guy.
I mean, being called pretty is one thing, but whenever someone says they want to bury their dick in my ass, that's a different story.
I've not had that.
One time, okay? I mean,
yeah, really.
A 50-year-old told you they were going to bury their dick in your hands?
He was 44, but... So.
Hey, I was 44. I mean, yeah, that's terrible.
Obviously.
I think I'm going to leave.
Wow.
You don't want to leave.
Nicky, if it's any consolation, I keep telling Dace that I'm going to bury my dick in his ass all the time.
And I say, waiting.
Exactly. And I say, winning. Because I have to take some tiger blood beforehand.
Oh, yeah. So, Gibby, you got any more stories?
That'll be all I wrote. Because you guys can't handle the prison scene.
Yeah, because we're just going to keep talking about cars and their inner workings.
So we can't... Is that what Disney's Cars was all about? Man, that was disgusting.
Ew.
God.
Owen Wilson, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, he's really quick.
And what's your brother's nose looks like a penis?
Broken penis.
Oh, God.
So it's time for celebrity news. I don't have a fancy theme. Maybe we'll just use this.
Motherfucker.
There we go. So, in first news for celebrity news, all hail King Justin Bieber. He got carried up the Great Wall of China by his stupid entourage. I would have thrown him off the wall.
I would have. They should have just done national service.
If you weren't, like, causing people...
Oh, giving us this little shrew. I fucking hate him so much.
She's the only woman in the world that says that she doesn't want to impregnate Justin Bieber. She wants to basically beat the shit out of him.
Apparently, Vanilla Ice thinks he can fix him.
Really? With what?
I have no idea. Maybe Ice.
Ice still relevant?
Apparently, he's weighing in saying, "Oh, I could totally fix him from being a major A douchebag."
Oh, I've got an idea. He ends up doing the ninja rap. Ninja rap. Ninja rap. Go ninja, go ninja, go.
Go ninja, go ninja, go.
Do you actually see the picture of him getting carried up? I mean, it is just so, like, depressing.
Well, is it depressing than him peeing in a fucking bucket in the kitchen?
Apparently that was also thrown out. His indecency, like spitting on people and speeding, the judge just called him disgusting and threw him out of court.
I would have super kicked him in the face.
Please approach the bench. Pop! Right across the face.
That's what I would have just done. I just knocked him out in front of everyone. Like, what the fuck?
Who's the boy
was egging? I'll be like, the boy was egging for it. Come on.
Oh my God!
If they're gonna beat him, someone have to.
He is a little bitch. His pants are half down. He's on two big black guys.
My only question is, what man allows another man to carry him?
A Canadian.
A very rich man.
Sorry.
Canada's done some great things in their history, but Justin Bieber was definitely not one of them.
Canada had some great things happen to them, like Chris Benoit.
Take him back. Take him back.
I think they've only produced maple syrup, which is fantastic.
And Chris Benoit.
Speaking of death, the Jackson family just lost their bid to hold AEG Live accountable for Michael Jackson's death. So no money for you, Jackson 4.
I would live about Michael's death for God knows how long.
Yeah.
Seriously, we love Michael, now pay us.
Yeah.
Sick fucks.
I mean, he clearly killed himself because of you guys, or died because of you guys, not our bad parenting or weird-ass family.
Well, yeah, it was like bad parenting, weird-ass family, doctor giving him loads of fucking drugs, his dad beating the shit out of him over and over again and then probably raping him because there was a rumor about that. Then him, like, getting obsessed with little kids and giving them Jesus juice. There was loads of stuff going on.
That's ignorant. That's ignorant. That's ignorant.
That's ignorant.
Yeah, that's ignorant.
And then wearing, like, breathing masks because he can't hardly fucking move.
Simone!
The only thing that E.G. was, like, guilty of doing is being freaking tosspots and booking him in for, like, 100-day tours or some shit.
What he wanted to do.
Yeah, that's the thing. He had a choice. You can't sue someone because someone made a choice to do something.
Yeah.
You know, T.O., come on, T.O. You know, come on, T.O.
T.O.
T.O. Okay, T.O. Come on. Tell you what, Jacksons, why don't you rename yourselves Beibers and then just go and, like, wait for him to die as well?
Get it? Yeah. Beat him and rape him. It's just mean. In other news, Corey Monteith, Finn from Glee, the autopsy came back. He was apparently shooting heroin and downing champagne in his hotel room on the night of his death. This according to the final coroner's report received by TMZ.
Definitely not shocking.
Gibby would have actually told you that because he was his dealer.
I wouldn't. Heisenberg?
What the fuck? You haven't tell people that.
Speaking of Heisenberg.
Sorry, bitch.
Breaking Bad aired its finale this Sunday.
I didn't see it.
Oh, you are one of the millions.
And billions.
And the millions.
Of the Rock's fans.
Of the Rock's fans.
Oh, that show.
I'm going to miss it. So, since Gibby didn't see it, and maybe some people listening to the podcast or power watching on Netflix, we'll leave it at the finale was Sunday. It was amazing. It was justified, and it gave you closure. Well done, Breaking Bad. Hat tip to you. Heisenberg.
Yeah, boy, it was better than Dexter. The Dexter one was terrible.
I heard people were pissed about that.
I was pissed. I was just sitting there watching this going, why would you give me a fucking shitty ending?
Dexter.
The Dexter ending.
What is it?
They sopranoed it.
Did they really?
Yeah, they just left it open-ended.
Are they going to do a movie?
Nah, I doubt it.
Oh, okay.
I never even watched Dexter. I've never seen
the thing is, right, now, if you don't want to hear spoilers, then tough shit.
Mute us for like 2 minutes.
The guy ends up basically, like, leaving his kid with the woman who was justified as a serial killer last season and swore revenge, and suddenly they're, like, in love and she's the best parent in the world. Why would you leave your little son with a serial killer?
The serial killer being Dexter, right?
No, you know that girl that was in love with the blonde-haired chick?
I've never watched the show.
I forgot what her name was. But yeah, he left it with her. She was proven the last season to be this like mad serial killer who just went around killing people and injecting them with fucking this like poison. You know, he busted her, he got her put away, and suddenly they're back together and his son gets left with her, and Deb, his sister, ends up basically getting put in a coma. She ends up being brain damaged for the rest of her life, and they were supposed to travel into this storm that was supposed to kill the both of them. Instead, he ends up being alive, working somewhere else with his brain-dead sister, still living in the same place as him. It was weird. It just didn't need to happen. So Breaking Bad at least ended on a good note. This ended, not so great note. So you should be ashamed. I could have written a better episode.
I'm going to miss you, Breaking Bad. It was, granted, I power watched it over the summer, but it was fantastic.
It's such a good show.
I watched the documentary on the pizza that he threw on the roof. One shot, one take. Fabulous. You'll see it, Gibby, eventually. The entertainment world mourns this week as we lost a great author and man who inspired so many movies from it. Tom Clancy passed away at the age of 66 this week.
From what?
Right now the details are limited from what I was reading.
As long as it wasn't herpes.
I don't think it was herpes.
Oh, it was.
But he's an author behind mega hits like The Hunt for Red October, The Patriot Games, and Rainbow Six. And
he also wrote My Little Pony.
Yes.
2 episodes.
My Little Pony joins the army.
Yes. And then My Little Pony goes to Iraq.
Oh. Get some vivid shit in there, man.
It was The Hunt for Red October. It was brilliant.
The Hunt for Charlie and the Candy Mountain.
Yes, they also had Rainbow Dash just going around capping mofos in the ass. You had terrorist ponies blowing themselves up. It was a great experience. I enjoyed it highly.
Yes, sir. Tommy, you will be missed. Thank you for all the great work you put out.
Yeah.
In other news, in shitty work that was put out, Paris Hilton just dropped a sample of her new song with Lil Wayne, in which the two glowed about being hammered.
Right, so basically it was more... That's the song, right? Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So you got first access to it, huh? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I wrote it.
Oh, okay.
He just gargled into a mic for a little while. Like
Yeah,
Paris.
I was literally taking a shit, and then Paris was like, "Oh, that's amazing." I was like, "Yeah, I'll sell that to you."
She goes up to him and she talks to Mike and says, "How do I get the noise that you're portraying?" And Mike just looks at her and goes, "Just pretend you got a dick in your mouth." Blah 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 blah.
I was like, "No, well, if you just drop down, and I'll just unzip my pants, and I'll just show you how it's done. It's just easy."
Fun stuff.
That easy, huh?
Yeah. And I also said to her, "I'll show you what a car wreck was like," and then she ended up in intensive care. Whoops. If we had free healthcare, this wouldn't be a problem.
I know, right?
He said
Exactly.
we. You're in London.
I believe I'm American.
Sorry.
Oh, man.
Dace, marry me.
I'm sorry. It
Quick.
just was funny. I think you're American, too.
Wait, you're in London. Like,
Nikki, do you want another car? Do you want your ribs cracked again, Nikki? Because you wouldn't
Man.
survive.
oh
Nick.
yeah.
You about to get car wrecked, bitch.
Oh, you about ready.
I'm going to rev it up to 60.
You're about to get rolled down by a truck.
This motherfucker ain't going to yield.
I'll Optimus Prime you.
Brake check you. Boom. Doubled up. Boom, boom.
One shall stand and one shall fall.
You're going to
Man.
fall. That was the game. So the last piece of celebrity news I have will also set up for a Dace Man high five today. Mr. Sir, the legend, the great one. I keep saying these adjectives because I lost the page. Weird Al Yankovic is dropping a new album.
Oh, yeah.
He hasn't said when, but he got caught by TMZ cameras, and he says he's currently working on it. Just as a fun fact, Al has recorded more than 150 parody songs since 1983 and won 3 Grammys. Yay! Weird Al's making a new album. I love Gibby.
Gibby co-wrote it, but then, Al decided to go back to the drawing board because what Gibby wrote was shit.
My thing was pure gold, and he stole everything from
Wait,
me.
your thing is pure gold?
Yeah.
I sliced that. My dinky was a key.
So, what is it? Is it like a gold pin?
Is it key? You want to smoke in a pancake?
It's a little bit smaller, but yeah, we'll go with pin.
Is it Chinese?
Clip?
Is it what?
Is it Chinese?
Slightly.
I think he was a key.
Imagine dating a Chinese girl. That'd be hilarious.
What?
Because you think you're hung like a horse. Gibby knows. He's part Chinese.
With that, let's go into the self high five or the Dace Man high five. Damn it!
For the big dog.
Sweet dog.
And this week, Dace Man high five. Thank you, Squeaky Gibby. Is the top 5 Weird Al songs.
Woohoo!
So I'll start with my 5, then we'll go around the horde. Coming in at number 5, That's Your Horoscope, which was on the Running with Scissors album, which I think is fantastic. Number 4, The Night Santa Went Crazy. The number 3, One More Minute, the love song that is not a love song. Number 2, one of my favorite. Number 2 and 1 was hard to determine which was going to take the top spot. But number 2 comes in as Yoda. Number 1, Amish Paradise. Gibby?
I love Amish Paradise.
So good. Gibby, what's your top 5?
Amish Paradise is definitely my number 1. And then I like, personally, The Saga Begins.
There you go. See, that was tough. If that made the list, Yoda wouldn't have. Star Wars songs are always awesome.
Yeah.
Come from Weird Al.
Then I would have to go with Smells Like Nirvana.
Yeah.
And then I'd go with it's Gump.
Yes, Gump.
Gump is
alone
a great one.
on a bench in a park.
And then I would probably say my last one is I want to say I Love Rocky Road.
Nice. Looks like we have a caller real quick before we get into the top high 5. Caller from the 240 area code. You're on the air.
Uh-oh.
Hello,
Hello.
this is Jeff Krupp.
Hey, Jeff. How's it going, buddy?
Good.
How you been?
Hey, everybody. I'm good.
Hey.
So we're discussing our top favorite Weird Al Yankovic songs. Do you have some favorites?
Dare to be stupid.
Oh, that's a great one. Why did I not think of that?
Yeah, I know, really.
Plus, it was in one of my favorite movies of all time, Transformers, the movie, the 80s one.
Mm-hmm.
You got the touch, Jeff. You got the power.
Dare to be stupid. Dare to be stupid.
Oh, man.
That's a great song.
It is.
When hell's breaking loose, Jeff, you'll be there riding the storm.
You got the touch.
Any other faves, man?
I did like that the Yoda song.
Yes, Yoda is a classic. I love singing it word for word. I love singing Weird Al songs, and then people I'll turn on a Weird Al song, especially with our friends, and they'll think it's the real song coming on, and then I start singing Weird Al to them. It's like a major
That is good.
Fuck you, like the Backstreet Boys one.
They have a Backstreet Boys one?
eBay.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it is.
I bought on eBay. So let's keep going around the horn. Mr. Burhan, what is your favorite Weird Al songs?
The first Weird Al song I actually listened to was Just Eat It.
Nice.
Eat It.
You know I'm
overrated.
Fat. You know I'm fat. I love that song. You know I'm fat. I'm fat.
All right, Mr. Michael Jackson.
Like a Surgeon.
Ooh, that's another good one.
That's a good one.
Addicted to Spuds.
Damn it.
Yeah.
And also the Couch Potato music video.
Yes. Dun, dun,
Do I have one more? I think I have one more.
Sure.
Weird Al theme song.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is a story about a guy named Al who lived in the sewer with his hamster pal, but the sanitation crew didn't really approve, so he picked up his accordion and moved on to a city in Ohio where he lived. Tree. Sorry.
Just.
You're a big industrial factory.
Just to.
Replay on the company's bowling team. And every single morning, they click great. That's not really a part of the story.
Add a little bit of ice to the topping, white and nerdy.
There you go. That's probably, I would say that is by far his greatest hit so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That thing took off.
That got the most, in today's, I probably gave him, because I think that was on the Billboard
Top 100.
One, right?
Yeah, it made it into the top 10. I don't know if it ever made it. So that leaves one person left. Nikki, what's your favorite Weird Al song?
Oh, you guys are going to hate me. I actually don't really like Weird Al.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Nikki Mills has joined us tonight.
Drop her.
How do you not like Weird Al?
Drop her.
I never really did. The first I'll name
Get her out of this call, goddammit.
I'll name 3, and I mean they're tolerable to me. So the first thing I ever heard Brian, you have 5 seconds to shut the fuck up.
It's going. I'm not ready to kick your ass for this fucking.
The first thing I ever heard from Weird Al was Weasel Stomping Day.
That was your first exposure to him?
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
No wonder you don't like him.
Oh, yeah. I actually do like Amish Paradise. I will.
See?
I do like Amish Paradise.
Great song.
Oh, I forgot that song.
Drive-thru.
So good. We did it for high school. We did it as a on-stage performance where myself and Gibby and a guy who's not on our show, Chris Padre, we did Amish Paradise for the talent show. We should have won.
We should have. They gypped us. Okay?
They did. Because we don't have rock-hard abs. We were just Amish.
That's right. We're just Amish.
So what was the third exposure you had to him?
Stuck in the drive-thru.
Okay. Damn. You had 2 out of 3 were not good ones to start with.
Yeah, really.
Sam loves him, and I've listened to all of them, but still, I guess, like, those first exposures just kind of ruined it for me. I'm like,
so this is the reason why she ends up in hospital, because she goes, Sam, I don't like Weird Al. He's like, nah, the pants are coming off.
Say it again, bitch. You're going to get a backhand. Just the weird, you get smacked.
Right.
Yeah, the doctor's like, what happened? Ma'am, do you want to call the police?
No, I spoke out of turn.
Yeah, I didn't like Weird Al, and then the doctor starts beating the shit out of her.
God, I really think not liking Weird Al is very un-American.
I think so, too.
Speaking of un-American, that gets us to our douchebag of the week. Do you like how I did that segue?
Dun, dun, dun.
You probably had that. That was like the only thing you prepared for in the entire show. It's like, I don't give a shit what we do the rest of the show as long as I can do this part right here.
It's on my post-it note. As soon as you said that you didn't like Weird Al, I was like, ooh, this will be a good segue. Un-American into Douchebag of the Week.
Yeah, it was a post-it note, not a pad. Just one note. He uses it over and over again. He just gets Tipex.
I do, because I really don't think much.
You ain't fucking kidding on that one.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let's roll into the Douchebag of the Week.
You're a douchebag.
And I'm sure this one is going to set off not only everyone who's in the Skype call, not only Mr. Coop, but we're going to set off anyone listening. The U.S. government, you are the Douchebag of the Week. Now, let me specify, it's Congress. All you people sitting on your stools and thrones up in Capitol Hill, making these decisions to not make a decision, you're affecting the lives of the common man. Now, if you look at our amendments, one specifically states, and I want to say it's Amendment 28, that you will not make decisions that you will not accept to yourself. So therefore, if you put a law into act, you must abide by it as well. You are not above the law. You do not realize that what you're doing to the common man when you're taking their jobs away. I personally was down in Washington, D.C. this week where I was working for my company, and the traffic was ridiculously ghostly. I've never seen Washington, D.C. so empty, and I've never seen such a depressive state of a union. Therefore, I know this has happened several times in the past, but the ridiculousness that you stopped Congress and would not pass the budget for something that went into effect the day after is utter nonsense. Now I'm going to turn over the Douchebag of the Week to my fellow co-hosts who will bicker. So whoever wants to take the stand first, please.
Well, I'm going to, because the fact is, right, this is not just
You're
an
British,
American
you
thing.
can't.
Yeah, I can, actually. This is not just an American thing. Now, the thing is, we're trying to our government is trying to model themselves on this. You've got two parties here at the moment, two parties who are squabbling amongst themselves like small fucking children. They're basically putting people's lives in jeopardy here. Now, I understand this isn't like Obama's fault out of the whole situation. It's not his fault entirely.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not his fault.
It
What, he's trying to give health care to people. Come on, Brian.
No.
Right? And the fact is, people are squabbling, and it's not about the free health care. It's not about basically trying to give affordable health care to everybody in their homes. It's the fact that they just want to make Obama fail.
No.
And that's the sad part. They want to make him fail, and they're just basically wanting to watch everybody else go down at the same fucking time in order to accomplish that goal. You fucking retards. Go on, Gibby.
And what people forget is that Canada has the same exact or similar healthcare system as us, and they don't have like a failing government or can't pass budget things.
No,
you're exactly right. That is realistically what the argument is. He hit the nail on the head. It's not the fact that the health care. I mean, that is kind of the catalyst to it. The problem is we can't fund it. And because we can't, we're already in so much debt. Dude,
they're not raising taxes.
They're not raising taxes.
Syria. They were prepared to go to war with Syria, right? And spend as much money as they possibly could to go to war with Syria, and they can't fund this healthcare system.
Well, yeah, but they went to war with Syria, they'd have the same issue because it's
proposed an extension to the debt ceiling like we have for the past 10, 11, 12 years. It all skyrocketed when our holy fucking president that we call fucking George Bush, that piece of crap.
Piece of shit.
That's when it all started to go downhill.
You do realize Mr. Obama over here is the leading warmonger of our generation, right?
Can I say something?
Guy, don't blame the guy who actually had to take over the steering wheel while the other douchebag was too coked up to fucking drive.
Hey, I like George Bush. He made some good comedy.
All right.
Yeah,
can I say something?
So you're blaming him for going into Afghanistan after they took down the Twin Towers, hit the Pentagon, and a plane. Like, you're blaming him for that.
Oh, if we go on the whole terrorist thing, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind.
Okay.
He was just saying.
Hey, you know, if Bush wanted to, he could have focused right on Bin Laden instead of going in Iraq. If he would have focused on Bin Laden, we probably wouldn't have the debt problem.
Whenever he got news, whenever the Twin Towers went down, Bush was like a deer in headlights. I was like, oh, well, we got to go destroy. There was no other rationale. There was nothing else discussed than we got to go and invade Iraq.
All right, so what would you have done? What would you have done in his stead?
Okay, what did Obama do? What did Obama do? He said,
he increased the amount of troops we had in both Afghanistan and Iraq.
How many people did he send to Osama bin Laden? God. How many?
He sent an attack force into Pakistan, which he should not have done.
Yeah, but how?
That was illegal.
That was straight illegal. He also is the one that approved of using Predator missiles in Pakistan, an ally using Predator missiles.
Let me ask you a question. Pakistan was harboring a known fugitive, right? A known terrorist. Yeah. Now, why didn't you guys invade Pakistan? Why did you invade Iraq?
Well, okay. In that note too, Russia's currently harboring one of our highest, most wanted for treason, and refuses to give
we're not
him
going after him. Why don't we go in and just attack Russia then? I mean, by your guys' logic, he set the stepping stone. We're just going to go into an alley. Let's go fuck Russia up right now. Let's just go all in.
We would start World War II.
You have a terrorist in China. Obama set the record. Record is we go in and get them. We don't give a fuck about allies.
So let's reel this back in.
Any unions. We just do what we want. That is the main problem with our perception around the world is we're ignorant. We're ignorant because we don't follow rules. We do what we want.
Ignorant. The people who are in charge are fucking ignorant.
No, for sure.
People are squabbling. They're spending their time sitting there fighting amongst themselves and acting like fucking children when they should be thinking about the people that they're governing over, and they're not. People are not going to get paid while the shutdown is happening, right? America looks bad for the shutdown for happening as well at the same time. Their credit is going down the toilet because of this.
Our credit went down the toilet when we passed the last extension for what's called, because we didn't have a way of... Yeah, because all that time we just keep extending it, and now Obamacare is even going to more make it even worse because we have no money income.
Unfortunately, because they want to push this Medicare program, which I agree that Medicare should be affordable and reasonable for everyone. The backside of it is we don't want to raise taxes.
Right, the one thing I don't get though, Dace, why can't he get big businesses to sort of back this, right? Look, you've got $1 billion industry on something that basically is human life. Everyone has the right to live. Everyone has the right to proper care. By putting a dollar symbol on this, you have basically stopped people from getting the due care that they need. This needs to happen. Yes, I agree. They didn't raise taxes. It was kind of bad practice to basically get this done. But the fact is, it needed to happen. There needed to be a healthcare system. Over here, they're trying to take away that system in order to benefit those who are currently in power, our conservatives, right? They're trying to also take away the Human Rights Act over here, which, again, would basically stop people from earning a proper wage. It would force people into situations that they shouldn't be getting in. The only thing that's standing in their way at the moment is the people are basically saying enough is enough. And the problem is it's just too much of a two-party system in this situation that these guys are just squabbling. There needs to be I hate to say this, but there needs to be a government that's looking after the people, and no one seems to be looking after anybody.
Oh, I completely agree.
I feel like the main thing that literally all it needs to do to change is, well, there's two ways of fixing it. One is you don't pay Congress. You go in there, you do it.
It's a voluntary
for the people,
service.
By the
if
people.
they knew that they weren't getting paid, we would not have shut down. That's what I think is a terrible, terrible thing. Because the last time, let me talk.
Hold on, let Nikki go.
The last time we had a shutdown back in '96 was because the congressmen wanted more money, and they didn't get the money, so they shut down for 21 days. Now, if the same thing would have happened and they knew that they weren't going to get paid, we would have not shut down. We would have not shut down whatsoever. And it's sad and pathetic. Do you know how much the average congressman makes? Like when they first go in, nobody who've been there for like anywhere between 1 to 4 years, like just starting. They start at about $175,000 a year.
Mm-hmm. Sounds about right.
$175,000 a year. That's not the experienced congressman, which, by the way, I also feel like a lot of congressmen should have a set term as well, because some of those people have been in there for too damn long.
Some have died
and also, they basically shouldn't have any outside interest, so to speak, any conflicting interest. Most of these guys stand on boards on companies who are getting contracts. Some of these guys actually stand on boards for the private healthcare companies that are making money off of people's ailments. In a end, people need to be treated. At the moment, people in America are being treated like dogs.
No, for sure. And
no one is getting, taken care of. Sorry, Dace.
It's okay. When it comes to our government, there's no shadow of a doubt that there's corruption through all the way down to the lowest guy. The problem is it's a voluntary service.
Yeah.
Nobody says you have to be a politician when you come out of college. It's something somebody chooses. And when you're asked, the political answer to say is, I chose to be a politician because I want to serve the people, which that message is completely lost considering the majority of the United States can vote in favor of one thing, and then their representatives go and vote in the opposite direction, which is completely ass backwards if you ask me. In this day and age, we are too advanced as a society to allow that to continue. I'm going to get arrested for saying that.
I think it was either Greenland or Iceland. Their economy was so bad and their country was spiraling down the tubes that over half of the country got together and raided Congress and took them out by storm. That would not work here.
We're not suggesting that here live on the show. Thank you very much.
It would definitely not work here because, one, we're much more advanced than Greenland and or Iceland. I forget which one it is. And also, we spend money on military funding that they would raid us in a matter of seconds.
Yeah,
no, but the thing is, though, there needs to be something in place that actually allows you, as a society, to give a lack of confidence. And we have something similar over here, which we're just not utilising it at the moment, where if we actually get enough votes for a lack of confidence, the government that's actually in power at the moment would have to disband. Mm-hmm. That would actually force an election. But because no one's doing that, because we're so divided as a country, because you have so many...
Kick all their congressmen out. Their senators.
Yeah,
I mean, you could do that in this country. In this country too, but people don't. It's almost stupid to do it because all you're going to do is just put somebody else in to a revolving door of just corrupt
people. It's a vicious cycle. It really is. Just because it worked for somebody doesn't mean it's going to work for somebody else.
But that's the problem. You've got to change the way. You got to change the way these people are elected. You've got to change.
No, it's not like it's not that. All you got to do is just make it a free service. Literally, you're doing it.
Then you'll get somebody somebody who would care about the people. Because most of these people are dual jobs anyway. They come from either lobbyists or they come from a background where they're already making decent money.
All of them are billionaires already. They don't even need the fucking income.
They're doing it.
If you've noticed, people who run for senator or run for the House of Representatives or run for mayor have had some kind of experience in the past to where they were already rich. Yeah. I've never seen a single senator or governor or anyone who came out from like working at McDonald's like, hey, I think I want to be senator one day.
Yeah, those guys become maybe mayors at best. But real
here's
quick,
the thing with Obama and the healthcare and all this problem with the shutdown is that the Congress, like, basically, like, this House or the Senate, I forget which one it was, but the Senate is controlled by the Republicans. And basically, the Republicans don't like the Democrats, so every time Obama comes out with, like, a bill or something he wants to do to help the people, the Republicans are, like, shutting it down.
Yeah.
Just like when Obama wanted to do the minimum wage up to $10.
I really do feel that this one was a big pissing match. Yeah, it feels like this one's a big pissing match right now, considering that the stance that the Republicans have seemed to take is, we don't want Obamacare in effect. It went in effect anyway. You're just not approving everything else because you're butthurt over the previous thing.
Yeah.
Ever since Obama got into office back in 2009,
they keep stalemating him.
Yeah.
Yeah, like every time he proposes something, they just shut it off. They just shut it down immediately. They nip it in the butt, but then they're like, "Why isn't Obama getting his done? He's not doing anything for this country." Well, every time he fucking tries. Mm-hmm. Oh no, too bad. Sorry.
No, I don't agree 100%.
Isn't it? Because they elected two different parties.
See, I guess I'm weird.
Well, no, I don't agree.
I completely don't like Obama.
I don't like
him
either.
A lot of his policies are stupid. I personally don't like the Obamacare. I think it is so stupid.
I agree.
And asinine, because I think it hurts Americans more than it actually helps them.
How does it hurt Americans?
It hurts the ones that actually are working.
The people who work are going to get less health care, and they're going to pay more into health care. Yep. I'm actually going to be paying more for my health care than what I was this year.
As opposed to
someone, Obamacare.
Yeah, as opposed to someone
because I have to pay for all you people who, which I understand, that's fine. I can understand that, but it's really drastic how much more I have to pay because we don't want to raise. We're not trying to spread it, and in my feeling, it's allowing people
to be lazy. It's breeding laziness into the country. And another problem is it's also breeding laziness in our corporations because now you're getting to the point that if they hit 30 hours, they get benefits. And it's costing the companies so much to pay for those benefits that they're keeping their employees 20.
They don't fire them. They make them part-time.
25 hours a week. And the hours they offer some of these employees make it almost impossible for them to hold two jobs to get the 50 hours they need. So it's really a shame that what it's doing, it wasn't well thought out.
And then all the poor people who I guess qualify and need to get it are going to get fined because they're not going to have health care. It's completely fucked up. The way they have it set up right now.
It needs to be rethought out. It was hastily pushed in. I understand the need for everyone to have health care.
I agree with that.
Regardless between the two, because you do realize this was Mitt Romney's policy before it was Obama's. You know that, right?
Oh, yeah. No, I don't agree with either of them.
Ever Obamacare. I like Obama for the most part. I agree. There have been some things that have been...
We're hungry. I have so many...
Let me talk.
No.
There have been things that have been completely fucked up that he's done, but what has not. Okay? Also, we would have been in even more of a shithole if Romney won. I swear to fucking God.
I really think that our candidates...
I feel like Romney could have got the economy rolling a lot better than what Obama did, simply because Romney was a businessman. I feel like a lot of our presidents are not businessmen.
Romney was a liar.
Did you not watch the CNN stuff? He basically said he did not have a plan. Basically, he said, they had a lie detector that said that Romney basically lied through that whole election.
You're blaming propaganda spilled by other people. You have no idea what is true and what's not.
Go to politifact.com.
Hey, I'm a Ron Paul supporter when it comes down to that stuff, but I feel that Obama, at least when he first came in, and even in his second term, is very inexperienced. When it comes to a political background, he didn't have much.
Yeah,
and when he got into it...
Talk. He is a great fucking talker. I will admit that. He can talk his way out of fucking anything. He is not a president, though. He can't even get a board members who can actually do their fucking job right. That is probably his biggest fucking problem. Romney, on the other hand, comes from a business background. That is literally what he's trained to do.
My ass came from a business background. It's not going to run for president of the United States.
No, but he's successful. Okay?
Yeah, but he was a liar. He lied every single time.
If you think that he did lie, go to politifact.com and look up...
It doesn't matter. He lies. Congratulations. Name a corporation that doesn't lie. Name a corporation that doesn't lie.
That is basically running for presidency, right? How are you going to trust him in any other subject? If he's lying through his teeth, I
trust him more than I would trust Obama because I have a feeling he would do more for this country than Obama. I understand what you guys are saying, but you're not thinking about it in a business aspect.
No. Better aspect of it. You vote people in who vetoed another guy's plans. The president is supposed to have control. Obama doesn't have control because ever since he was voted in the first time, these motherfuckers wanted to basically take him down. They don't want him there. That's the problem.
Right. And then if you allow one side to control, then they're gonna skew everything towards that one side. You need a balance, a check and balance system.
Your whole system is corrupt at the moment. That's the problem.
Agreed. And I'm not denying that fact.
One way or the other. And the problem is, and I'm sorry to say this, and you guys are going to start swearing at me in a second, but these guys were voted in by the American people. So here's the situation. Here's what's going to happen.
They were voted in by the Electoral College.
They were, You can have popular vote and you don't win. There's plenty of presidents that have won popular vote and have not made it.
To change.
No, we agree. I completely agree. I think in this day and age, the Congress is outdated. Yeah. There are so many means of, on social issues, for example, I just can't fathom that you have the ability to poll the entire United States on something like gay marriage, and they say the majority favor it, yet because of about 100 or so politicians, or let's just say 1,000 politicians in Washington say no, that's what happens for the rest of the 74% that said yes.
That, again, I feel like that's fucked. No, gay marriage, government shouldn't be in marriage.
Exactly. It's a separation of church and state.
I don't understand. You're complaining about it, and there's no need for it. There is absolutely no need for the government to be in marriage.
It should be recognized legally because it's an alienable right.
No, but the thing is, they were getting the same perks as a married couple. All they needed was the name. All they needed was the name.
There are straight couples who met the night before and go get hitched in Vegas. And there are people who spend $1 million on a wedding that lasts for only a few months, and it's still legal. And there are people who are allowed to get married over and over and over and over.
Every Kim Kardashian marriage.
Yeah, and I agree.
Kardashian marriage has
all you need to do
by church state.
We're straight.
Just have a different religion or something, accept it, and get them in, and then just have a marriage license to do that.
I think we're straying a little bit from the point.
Means jack shit if you were not a white Christian. Okay.
Well, the thing is,
I think we're straying far from the point. I think the point that we get back on track is the fact is the majority tells the capital one thing and the capital goes the other way, and that's where our government is weak. Considering the American people, the common man who deals with these problems day in and day out, knows what has to be done. I see this in corporations. There's a disconnect from the lower level to the higher level, and that's where the message gets skewed because the few that are supposed to speak for the many speak for the few, and then the few put into law what the few want. I mean, there has been several interviews where Barack Obama was questioned about his Obamacare, where he goes, well, would you take it? And there's that awkward silence because even he knows he would not take it.
Now, Obamacare, okay. I like the concept of Obamacare.
I agree.
They're for everyone. The one biff I have with it is, yes, the higher taxes. Also, I don't really feel like you should be forced to have it, like you have this penalty if you don't get it unless you meet a certain criteria. That I don't agree with.
You have to have it in the way it is, because otherwise how are you going to pay for it?
I just said...
Why can't he do what he did with...
like the fact that I understand the concept of Obamacare, but I feel like it should be optional because some people don't want health care. Some people think that, that's fine. I don't need to go to the doctor once a year. Or I don't need to do checkups. And more
problem is
you're allowed to do what you want. But
if you don't force them into it, then
I just said
it
that.
goes too high. The cost is too high, and then no one's going to go into it.
Well,
so you basically have to force them or not.
I feel like if the Congress sat down and talked about it, which is never going to happen, then there could be some compromisation and some revision to the act. Because, I apologize to you. I apologize to Dace. Can you let me? I apologize.
You guys never let me finish either, so why should I let you?
I apologize to you, and I apologize to Dace about you guys having to pay more for this health care bill. And by the way, the reason why you interrupt me and I interrupt you is because it's a never-ending cycle. Every time I try to talk, you interrupt. So every time you try to talk, I decide to interrupt you. Anyway, but for me, I am a walking pre-existing condition, okay? And for people like me, this is very beneficial. I'm a college student, and I can't afford half of the shit that I have to pay for. Without this act, I pay an average of about $900 to $1,500 every 2 months health care and for my prescriptions and for my needs. Does that mean you guys should have to pay higher because of that? Absolutely not. That's one problem I have with it. And the other problem is the mandatory enrollment period. That is not necessary whatsoever. But the concept of people, no matter what their issues are, being able to have health care and be healthy and be able to live happy lives is what I support. And
the problem is, I understand you support it, but how do you get there? It's impossible without forcing. You have to force the country one way or another.
Can't you get corporations to opt in? Can't you basically levy the tax off at big business? Because they're the ones that basically that are basically they have the capital to basically pay for this.
But if you look at it, it's the same thing as what Dace just said.
7 companies to donate to Africa who has nothing to do with the American people, right? And give away, something like $5 billion of the Americans' money to basically, aid Africa as a gift aid thing. They don't have to pay it back. Then why can't they find a way to make this work without increasing the taxes of the working class?
You can't. That's the problem. It's physically impossible.
What you said, it's never going to get through. I actually agree with Gibby for once. These people are so self-absorbed into their own assumptions. They hear that money is going to be involved. No matter what, they lock up and freeze. When you can sit there and we can go through and we can reset in Obamacare with a revision and a way to help compromise for both sides of the spectrum, the people who really, really, really need health care and the people who already have it. There are a ton of people who already have health insurance that this does not apply for, but they still get taxed for it. If they're stayed the same and we're able to find a way to have health care for people who cannot afford it, college kids, people on welfare, whatever reason, to help that be more beneficial for them and keep the rates and the taxes same for the people like Dace and like Gibby who already have health care, and that the health care that I have to be better and more affordable, that would be lovely. But guess what? It's probably never going to fucking happen. As sad as that sounds, it's probably never going to.
Yeah, because big business is being considered over the people, and that's the problem.
No,
it's counterproductive.
You think look, all right, you tax. I don't care what corporation you tax. You tell them you have to pay for it. How does that company react? That's what you have to think. How do they react?
Healthcare is a $1 trillion industry in America. Of course they want it to fail.
They increase their premiums of whatever they're selling. So it's always going to get passed on to the consumers. Just like Chris said, Canada, apparently they put it on the alcohol. A $25 bottle here is $65 there. Well, how do you think they're paying for it? How do you think they're paying for it?
They have something similar to the National Health Service over here. We have a National Health Service, an NHS, right? We get basic levels of health care for free, which means we get a GP, we get basically diagnosed whatever the heck's wrong with us, and we get free prescriptions, right? And to an extent, we get to go to hospitals for treatments for like anything non-major. If it's a major injury, we have to go on the waiting list, right? Whereas someone who has a healthcare plan can actually, jump a few steps. They don't have to go on the waiting list.
That's the problem with healthcare here, because, example, my father is about to have his second open heart surgery in his life on Monday, and he had a heart attack almost a month ago. He has healthcare. He's on Medicare. He is 63 years old. He's on Medicare. But he had to be on a waiting list for over a month, even though he had a fucking heart attack and has to have open heart surgery. That should not happen whatsoever. Plus, his Medicare is not going to cover all of it. I think out of the $200,000 procedure with the stay in the hospital and the pre-testing and all that, we have to pay about $20,000 of it, which is $20,000 too much because this is a life-saving procedure. He can die.
Yep.
That is what is completely fucked up about all of this.
Meanwhile, we can get a discount on our phones for $50. So as you can see, it's crazy to the point where the wants that we pay for every day are a lot cheaper than the needs, and the government really needs. It's a fine line they walk, and I don't envy any of them because, if you asked me to sit down and lay out a medical plan right now for the United States of America, I couldn't do it.
It's easy to fix the problem. It's not easy. It's an easy solution, but it's hard to fix. Is the problem? Because the easy solution is we waste money in so many programs that are just stupid. We have so many, like the school districts. How many fucking superintendents do they realistically need?
For sure.
They have hundreds of them in just South Jersey. For no reason. You don't need. You can have one principal do all the schools in Deptford, but no. Instead, we have what?
One per school.
3 schools. We probably got. I think we have more than 3 now.
We've got
and
6 schools.
Principals,
6
you get
principals.
even more.
Yeah.
The concept of funding education is a bonus, but you don't need 20 people in charge of 10 people.
And honestly, if you look at actually what shut down with this government shutdown, it's things that, yes, we look at it as, the government's shutting down. Oh, my God, it doesn't impact daily life. 97% of the employees of NASA went home. Yes, we're going to stunt our growth on new ideas, new inventions. It'll slow us down there, but we still live. They shut down the parks and recreations, which, yes, we can't go to a museum, but we still can go to work and still eat and still be fine. The major life-changing things and things that we need every day to live didn't shut down. To me, that's where you would start your budget cuts. I know it's tough because I know people who work in the government. I know how a lot of our unemployment now is going to be from this government shutdown. 97% of NASA shut down. That's people who went to school to be physicists, all astronomers, all that stuff. It's a shame that it's shut down, but you also have to take a look at your budget and really look at it and say, I don't need this. We don't need a senator who's worth $250,000.
Yeah, we don't need as many fucking senators and congressmen as we have.
Exactly, especially
we have them.
In this day and age.
Why do we pay they get free health care, and they get free health care for life, even when they retire. They only have to go in office for 2 years. And they get free health care.
They get free everything. They get their ass wiped for them, and they still
exactly.
Right?
What is the point?
They get a free pension.
Why?
For life.
That's the
free
problem.
pension for life.
Why?
I don't understand. What is the point of
Because
Congress?
You just cost a lot of people their jobs, and even though it's not permanent, it's still impacting. A lot of these people might be living paycheck to paycheck and taking a couple of paychecks.
And it'll cost the country more to start back up.
That's the only way to honestly pay for a health care act and to actually fix even our education system, our roads. Everything's fucked up, and a lot of it is just because we misplace our money so badly in this country. It is literally god-awful.
And unfortunately, there is no way we could fix it because in order to pass something that would rectify the situation in Congress, it has to go through Congress.
And the lobbyists are never going to allow that to happen to their niche or to their moneymaker.
Really, super mega shitty. Also, we are still in the top 10 of the best economies on this planet.
Yeah, I know. It's just
despicable. I keep telling Sam, let's move to fucking Switzerland because they have the top economy.
Bergen.
They're the happiest country on the face of the earth. I was like,
but you know why though? They decreased blimmin' taxes. They made sure that the people came first. And again, we're in a similar situation. Apart from the fact that we can't have a government shutdown, but we're having people in power getting raises, while people on welfare are losing money because they're putting the thing and saying, hey, these people are taking your money, your taxes are going on them, so they reduce it, they cut it, they give basic needs to people. When I was on welfare, I was eating things out of a can, I was eating noodles. I couldn't afford anything, literally anything. And this is where the problem lies, right? You sit there and you're trying to force people to go into work for their welfare, so you get paid the equivalent of £1.78 an hour to clean up Leicester streets for 30 hours.
No, I agree. As you can tell, it's ridiculous, and I really can't understand a day and age where we can take 4.6 billion votes in less than 12 hours and have a result for president. Why we have a Congress to make decisions with the majority, majority said, and I keep going back to this one because it's on topic, I think, gay marriage is passed. And I voted no. The majority won. So be it. Not saying I vote no. I'm just saying, as the person, if the majority says yes, that's the way it should be. That's
there's no problem like those days. That shouldn't have been an issue in the first place. Gay marriage not have actually gotten into schools. People should have. It was a buzzword, and that's what the problem. They're all sitting there trying to be the next trendsetter. Eddie Obama, after he comes out of office, what's he going to be doing? A book tour. He's going to go public speaking. He's going to have loads of money doing like press tours and stuff going here and there, and get feel right. There are people who are starving. There are people out there who are basically getting their needs. You know, Oxford did the right thing. I think it was Oxford or Harvard actually did the right thing, but they said, you know what? What we're going to do for people who are intelligent children who come from poor families, we're going to give them a free scholarship. They won't have to pay to actually get an education because they can't afford to. That was the smartest thing to do because these guys are going to be your next doctors. These guys are going to be your next scientists. These guys are going to be your next businessmen. These people need to be nurtured. They don't need to be treated like animals. There is basic needs that need to be met, and these basic needs are being traded like they're stocks. That shouldn't happen. And in the end, if people have lost faith in those who are governing, then the people who are governing should not be there to make those decisions, especially when you decide to have a hissy fit, and I'm going to say hissy fit, and leave and say, well, we don't going to like that, so we're going to cause a government-wide shutdown. We're going to allow the America to be swelling in its own debt.
It's like losing to a video with one of your friends, so you smash the Xbox.
Yeah. Because fuck logic. Remember when this show started off, we were talking about cars and sex and penises? I just want to bring us back down there because this has been a very riveting conversation. I thank everyone who's on the panel tonight for doing this, and anyone who's listening out there sticking with us, because we went from crazy ass people to
the diversity of this show.
Yeah, this is the intellectual capabilities of 4 people right now going at it. I want to thank Jeff Croup for calling into the show too. I know we steamrolled him every time we kept talking. He tried to get a word in, and we just kept going. And I want to thank him for that. I mean, like I said, this conversation is great.
You know what? I will say this about Jeff. Jeff, the discussion that you put on there, that was extremely depth, extremely intelligent, and you know what? I have to admit, you're very clued up on the political aspects, on the economy as well. Mm-hmm. So bravo to you, my friend.
Yes, thank you for calling into the show. It was definitely added to the conversation. I really do enjoy this conversation, but we are a half hour past we normally run on the Dace Man show, which is totally cool, and I'm very glad it got this way. We got some good points from both sides, a good conversation going, and for those who are listening to this as an archive session on fanboysanonymous.com, please feel free to leave comments below. If you do, we'll read them maybe next week on the show, because I really enjoyed this conversation when it comes to it. We're not just a bunch of dick jokes when it comes to this show. We actually do pay attention to what's going on in the government shutdown. And I feel my heart goes out to all those that are out there currently not working and have no idea what their future holds because it's in the government's hands. I think on that note, like I said, everybody brought a lot to the conversation. I wanted to kind of bring it down. It got heated for a moment, and I really enjoyed that. I think that's what makes this show awesome. So with that, let's wind down. We'll get into the I'm not even going to play the douchebag clip again. Government, you're the douchebag of the week. But thank you so much for the conversation. Let's run around and do our plugs. We'll start with you, Mr. Burhan.
Okay. For those of you who probably know by now, if you don't, check out youtube.com/The Nerd Genius, episode 2 of This Job for Hire, a new series that's starring myself, Brandon Ligon, Eleanor Sanders, and we also had very special guests on the show as well, including Nikki Mills from Fanboys Anonymous, Travis Goss, Sean Walker, also writers from Fanboys Anonymous, voicing characters on the show as well. It's a fabulous episode, been getting some great feedback on it as well. I want to hear what you guys think, so check it out on youtube.com/NerdGenius. NerdGenius.com, as always, it's my official blog site. I leave all my content on there. I sometimes do some like wrestle ramblings. I do like tech videos. I talk about various topics, including political stuff. When, such as this, including some politics, I do get rather heated. Check out I Got Gameplay, 8 p.m. every Saturday on Mega Powers Radio this week. Mike Payden is going to be talking about the death of localized multiplayer. So make sure you guys actually check that out. I'm going to be there. We're going to have a slew of other guest hosts on the show as well. FanboysAnonymous.com, as always, which is the host of this show, along with Mega Powers Network. Mega Powers Radio literally has everything. If you're a wrestling fan, we have Keeping Kayfabe, we have the Raw Post Show, we have the pay-per-view pre-show, and if you're into other stuff, including geek culture, check out Geek Speak Live every Tuesday. You're into like topics. Other than that, you can also check out the Dace Man Show, where Dace touches on everything. It's an amazing show. I love being on it every time I am on it. And also Smark Out Moments with Tony Mango. And as always, guys, thank you for your support. You guys are great, and you really made the network excel. So I'm really, really happy to be a part of these shows, a part of something great, and I'm really, really excited. Thank you again.
Awesome. Nikki, your plugs.
Before I plug in, this is probably going to be the only time you guys ever hear this come out of my mouth. I want to actually thank Gibby.
I hate you.
Mainly because even though I still want to beat your ass, don't get me wrong, but being able to have, excuse me?
Bring it, baby.
Okay, Gibby likes a bit of hardcore S&M.
No, I just like car accidents.
Throwback. Go ahead, Nikki. Go ahead, Nikki.
Actually have a halfway decent conversation about politics with someone with maybe not completely different views, but with some differences, without being called names, just like, like when people get, bigoted, narrow-minded, just throwing out stories like, oh, you're stupid for thinking that. And just because someone has different views on religion or politics or whatnot doesn't make them a shitty person. And I want to thank Gibby for actually not doing any of those things. And I do want to apologize for cutting him off, but he also cut me off. So, yeah.
I also want to thank Gibby for
being sober.
God, I need a beer.
I'm gonna thank you for something. Anyway. Yeah, for anal raping, for getting anally raped by a man, because that's what it's like.
I like it, man.
show. It's $15 or $10 a piece. Get them quick. Contact the site so you get the ticket. I really feel like the show is going to sell out. It's going to be a good one. Trust me. October 12th, 2 p.m., 7 p.m. Going to be a hell of a shows. And that's all we got. So I'd like to thank the panel here tonight, Nikki Mills, Mike Burhan, Brian Gibson, our caller, Jeff Group. You guys, we had a hell of a show, hell of a conversation. I always love when we get riled up and passionate about certain topics. It was a very good conversation. So on behalf of those guys, myself, Mega Powers Radio, Fanboys Anonymous, thank you for tuning in. For the few, the proud, and the Dace-tacular, remember, the government shut down, but we did not.